Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, if you can see my screen, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So when you're a brand new agent, and you don't know what you can do. Well, first, so you need to create a contact list and kind of do all that kind of stuff. Get set up with
Hmm.
KB Core. I can show you how to do that. Every Thursday at 1 o'clock, I have a KB Core session as well. Just basic stuff on KB Core. But for brand new agents, go in. You're going to get You're going to get access to our base camp. Base camp is like a headquarters for the group, right? There is about 500 people in the group. And it's where I share all of my documents and my files and my listing presentation, my buyer's presentation, every single thing that any coach has ever given me as far as scripts or objections or kind of what to do in real estate. I put it all into this doc, and that's one of the advantages of obviously joining EXP, but joining with our group. So um, you can see, okay, you can still see it. Okay. So when you get access to this, and I'll make sure you have access to it, go to this new agent tab here, and everything we talk about in this little quick meeting, I'm going to download it and I'm going to email it to you so you don't have to dig around for it and kind of go look for it. But I think the first thing you need to do is go right here into the first 9 weeks of real estate. We created that a long time ago. It took us forever to do it, but I collaborated with other agents. I collaborated with my coach, and I collaborated with a bunch of people to kind of create this document. And it's basically step by step what to do in your first kind of 9 weeks of real estate.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go over that with you real quick. Let's see. Can you see that document or no? I don't think so.
No, I'm not seeing it.
The share, reshare, and share that. All right, now you should see it.
Yeah.
All right, so let me get out of full screen here. You can see it, right? Okay.
Yep.
My computer's messing up. All right, so this is your first kind of 9 weeks in real estate. And again, you don't have to take notes or anything. I'm gonna send this to you, but this is basically what to do every single week, especially if you're brand new in real estate. So obviously Basecamp is where we keep all of our communication, our training calendars and everything in here. But week one, this is kind of how week one will look after you kind of get onboarding. Uh, we can create an email signature for you. All we need from you is a headshot, your social media links. And if you haven't created any social media links, go ahead and create a Facebook business profile, Instagram business profile, all that kind of stuff. And then send me those links because I can put that into your email signature. And your email signature will also have like a link to your IABS, which is the information about broker services. You have to give that to any prospective clients.
Okay.
When you start talking to them, you don't really have to give it to them, but they have, I mean, they have to have, the option to look at that stuff. So all that stuff will be in your email signature. Have you got a chance to set up your business cards just yet?
No, I saw something that said we were supposed to get X amount free, and so I was trying to follow that link and I couldn't figure it out.
Okay. So we hired an expansion manager for our group. Uh,
Okay.
her name is Sydney. I'm not sure if she's reached out yet. She may have reached out by text. Her name is Sidley LaPlante, and she kind of, once you get onboarded, she kind of goes through this with you as well. But she actually helps you do it,
Okay.
business cards, all that kind of stuff. So I think your next step will be set up a meeting, and I'll email this to you with Sydney.
Okay.
And same thing, it'll be like 30 minutes, and but she can kind of help you get your business cards. Have you opted in for KB Core yet?
Yes.
Okay, so you went to Express, or you went to your dashboard, you opted in for it, right?
Yeah. And this morning was the first morning I was able to actually log into it.
Oh, that's awesome. KB Core, man, KB Core is going to be the foundation of your business. Let's just put it that way, right? Uh,
Okay.
as KB Core, you're going to have all your contacts in there. Every single lead that you get in there, you're going to set up all your drip campaigns eventually. That's where you can access your website. You can start putting that website on your business cards every single day. One of the first things I do is open up my email and open up my KB Core because I've had it for years, so I've told it to tell me to remind me to do stuff. So every single day I have a list of tasks and a list of calls to make based on my talks with all my past clients and leads. So it's going to be the foundation of your business. So like I said, every Thursday at 1, I kind of go over that stuff. Uh, did I already send you the YouTube link on our YouTube or no?
Yes.
Okay, so those the reason I created a YouTube, not sure how to get YouTube famous, right? Uh, we would do all these KV core classes and people would miss it and they'd be like, "Hey, can you send me the recording?" And I'd have to like get this Zoom link and it was terrible. So what I've been doing is every time I do a KV core class, I just record it and I throw it up on the YouTube so people can look at it.
I
Uh,
got you.
take a look at that. So like I said, make a social media page. Um, um, if you text me your address, I'll send you 10 open house signs. That's another benefit of being on in our group. I kind of give you the open house signs for you. I just need you to text me your address and I'll get someone to mail them to you. And then that may be a good way to start getting business is connecting with the local EXP group there. I can start adding you. What you want to do is go to workplace. Have you opened up workplace yet?
Yeah, I actually was looking for some DFW groups in there.
Yes, start searching Dallas groups, DFW. Get with Susie, who's my mother-in-law. She lives in Weatherford. Uh,
Hmm.
she has a bunch of listings, and she does all that tiny home stuff with us. Uh,
Yep.
kind of just add yourself to all those groups. I already know they have a lunch and learn every single week in Dallas, and my sponsor is Wilco, and he lives in Dallas, so that's a good thing as well because obviously I'm on Wilco's first level, and you're on my first level, so you're on Wilco's second level. You know, he's there in Dallas and he does lunch and learns and trainings and stuff. So add him on Workplace. Maybe I'll connect you. I'll go ahead and put in here to connect you with Wilco.
Awesome.
Uh, because he was sponsored by Rob Flick, and if you don't know Rob, you will know Rob. Rob has the largest revenue share organization in the company. You know how you can attract agents and
Hmm.
recruit agents, but he has like I'm probably going to underestimate, but there's 55,000 agents. I think he has literally 18 to 20,000 agents in his group.
Golly.
This guy named Rob Flick, which is a big deal,
Yeah,
right?
no
So
kidding.
Rob sponsored Wilco, Wilco sponsored me, I sponsored you, so you're in a phenomenal group. So uh, anyway, I'll connect you with those guys because they're both out of Dallas.
Okay.
Um, and right here, you'll schedule your one-on-one, which we're doing that now. It's kind of what you'll do your first week, and we'll just kind of check in. And then just a reminder here on this first page, we have script practice every Tuesday and Wednesday at 2 o'clock. And then we have our production masterminds Friday at 9. It's actually every other Friday now. But we have all that stuff. But all that stuff is on teamlegacycalendar.com. I think I sent you that link, but if not,
Yep.
jot it down because it's all Zoom stuff. So you can get access to that. So that's probably your week one. Week two, set another appointment with your sponsor. Maybe I'll get with Amanda. She sets up an ETA meeting with you, and it's a lot of Zooms, but it's a lot of good information. So uh, she'll set up an ETA, and ETA is the expectations you have in real estate, your targets. So the expectation, your targets, and then the action you're going to take to hit those targets and well, the actions you're going to take to hit those expectations and targets. She'll set that up with you, and then basically once you have that meeting with her, you'll have an entire business plan, right?
Okay.
Let's say you want to sell 20 homes your first year. She kind of says, okay, if you want to sell 20 homes, how many people do you need to talk to every day? How many open houses do you need to do? How many listings do you need to take? And if you're taking listings, how many calls you need to make to hit those listings and blah, blah, blah. And once you get through that, it seems like a lot to sell 20 homes in your first year or whatever, but it's really kind of laid out for you. So it's kind of easy to do if you just kind of have a business plan. So um, all that stuff's going to be on there. Um, week and how to time block everything like that. She kind of set up I have a calendar and I kind of live and die by the calendar. So if I like, let's say you said, hey man, let's meet tomorrow, like you did yesterday, and I was like, yeah, let's do it, man. And then I don't put it in my calendar,
Yeah.
be a douche or anything. I don't do it. It doesn't happen, right? I got
No, I got you.
something will overlay it or something. So, and what I'm saying, why I'm saying that is because you need to be the same way. You need to live
Yep.
and die by the calendar. If you have, uh, even if you have a showing tomorrow at 11, you need to put a showing. You need to do it, kind of put that in your calendar. and kind of live and die by it. Cause you're going to wake up, you're going to open up your KV core and your emails and then your calendar, and you're going to have a layout, of what to do that day. So you're not just sitting around. Unfortunately, like most agents that don't meet with us and stuff, they kind of sit around and, just kind of floating in the wind. They may be busy, but they're not really productive. Right. So that's what we're trying to get you to do, to be super productive. Uh, and week 3, that's when you're going to start. I think once you kind of got everything going, kind of basically set up your KV core and stuff like that, start reaching out to your sphere of influence. So how long have you been in Dallas? Forever, right? Or no?
No, I grew up in San Antonio. I think I've been up here 4 years now,
Okay.
3 or 4 years.
You ever go back to San Antonio?
Not a ton. I go probably once or twice a year to see my parents.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we do a lot of business out there as well. So, um, but even reach out to those people, right? Because you can set up a referral relationship in San Antonio. If you have obviously, if you grew up in San Antonio, you have buddies that are buying, maybe selling, and although maybe you cannot help them, you can say, "Hey, man, I joined Team Legacy, and I got a guy out there named Mike Cardenas, and Mike is my referral partner, and I wanted to introduce you to him, man. If you guys ever looking to buy, sell, or even lease an apartment or whatever it may be, hook up with my buddy Mike. I'll really appreciate it." And Mike is a part of our team, right? And he's in San Antonio, and he can send you referrals on that.
Okay.
So, but basically week 3 or 4, you need to start calling your sphere and let them know that you're in real estate. If they have any questions about the market, kind of let them know how the market's going, kind of do some research. But the goal of those conversations with your contacts when you're brand new in real estate is just to let them know you're in real estate and you're full time in it. This is your full time gig, and not really ask them for business, but just remind them that you're in real estate. So you need to start doing that kind of week 3 and 4.
Okay.
Start building up your social media game. So adding, to be honest, on your business page, adding realtors, because they have listings that pop up and stuff, and then adding vendors. When I say vendors, I mean lenders, title companies, surveyors, and insurance agencies. Start adding those people with them, and they'll start messaging you trying to earn your business. And if you have a little bit of time, maybe meet some of those people and kind of get to know a few lenders and stuff out there in Dallas, because it can be super overwhelming. But if you get with the right people, it's pretty easy. But let's see. If you want, you can get added to our Team Legacy referral network. That's after about month 1 or so, maybe month 2. The reason I wait a few months to start sending over leads and referrals is because, you're brand new. You don't know how to process a lead, right? Let's say someone actually says, "Yes, I want to work with you." You're like, "Oh shit, what do I do now?" Right.
Right.
So we usually wait a few months, but reach out to me on that, because what that consists of is a small referral back to me and Amanda, and then in response to that, we start paying for lead generations there in Dallas, and you start getting leads and stuff. And instead of you having to pay for those leads, once you close them, you send over a referral to us. So you're not out any money unless you close something. That makes sense.
Right.
Um, I would start doing some open houses after a month or so. And like I said, once you get connected with the DFW EXP group and connect with Wilco, that's going to be easy to do. Week 4, obviously you created a Facebook page, obviously repeat weeks 2 and 3. Maybe work on your mentals, right? Who said that? Is that Marshawn Lynch? Are you a football guy?
Yeah, I like football a lot.
Remember Marshawn Lynch? You got to work on your mentals.
Yeah.
Mentals and your chicken. I don't know. That guy's nuts. But you
Yeah,
got
he's
to
insane.
chicken and work on your mentals, right?
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is, dude, take a break, man. Take a break. Go to the lake, do some fishing, do whatever, because you don't want to get kind of burnt out real quick. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff that EXP gives you, and then we try to give you to help. But a lot of agents just take it, and they're just overwhelmed by it, and they're so overwhelmed by it they don't do anything. So anyway, take care, right? If you want to start cold calling, I can start doing that with you. We do those script practice on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And cold calling means basically you're calling somebody you've never met or you've never even spoke to in regards to real estate. You'll get those numbers by calling for sell by owners, calling expired listings, calling the neighbors in your subdivision that you live in or that you want to work in. It may be good to start doing that. Really to just get comfortable on the phones and get used to the idea and used to the sound of getting told no.
Right.
A lot of people, they get told no and it kind of shuts them down and they kind of lose focus and like, man, this ain't going to work. But, no's are next opportunities. Every no you get leads to the next yes, like it gets a little closer to the yes. How I like to explain it is, let's say, you've been reaching out to 50 people a week in your database and everybody's telling you no and blah, blah, blah. And then you've called 100 people and the 101st person you called, you get a $350,000 buyer and you sell it and you make like 10 grand on it, right? And it took you 100 calls to do it. That means every single no that you got was worth $100.
Right.
Kind of think of it like that, right?
Yeah.
We have a bunch of books in Basecamp as well. So go into the books and start working on your mindset. A lot of people that we align ourselves with try to have the same mindset: forward thinking, positive, nothing negative, be a solution, not the problem, kind of thing, and start working on that.
Right.
We have a bunch of those books that I read. I try to get the PDF versions and upload them. So take a look at that. Here's week 6. I don't want to go to every single one of these, but because you're going to get this document. But what I am going to get to is week 9, because week 9, if you've been doing this and kind of following this and being proactive and being an information seeker and things like that, you should definitely have something under contract by now, or at least have a good lead or a few leads that you're either working with.
Okay.
And in order to jumpstart that, this is probably the most important, but I put it at the end because, again, I don't like the idea of someone brand new in real estate getting a lead and they're not going to know what to do with it. But for you, if you start going to these websites, Op City, HomeLight, Agentology, Fast Expert, all these sites, these are websites that I found that send out great referrals, and they don't cost anything a month. They just cost when you close it. So
Okay.
Op City is a great one. It's probably the best quality lead, but it's also the most expensive lead. I think it's
Okay.
a 35% referral. But when you call those buyers or sellers or even tenants, when they send you, they're ready to go. They've already propped you up. They already know they're working with Colton, and it is what it is. But
Okay.
you pay out 35%. But don't think about the money at that point. Think about the experience and the fact that client could turn into a repeat client. That client could send you business. Kind of think of it like, like if you want to be a doctor and you want to make 100 grand, right? You got to probably spend a lot of money in college to prepare yourself for that salary, right?
Right.
It's kind of the same thing with these referral leads, and then taking on the referrals from us and stuff. Kind of pay your dues at first to kind of learn the ropes and stuff. But all these are great, so you'll get this. But the idea is just go to each of these websites and sign up for those lead sources. Fill out your profile 100%, and just kind of set those leads up. But that's the idea.